So you may be wondering, what are the alternatives to having an LMS or a learning management system? You may even be wondering, what is an LMS and why do I even need it? If you are thinking that, you are not alone. It can be really complicated to even know what an LMS is and if you need one, if your learners need one. And that is the most important thing to figure out. Do your learners need an LMS? Well, today, first we are going to go through why you would even need an LMS, really what the components of an LMS are, and then we're going to show you and go through what the alternatives to an LMS are. It's important that we define why first so that you know what to look for when you are considering alternatives to using an LMS. So welcome to the eLearning Simplified YouTube channel. My name is Johnny Havey. I am one of the co-founders of eLearning Partners, and we created this channel, eLearning Simplified, to simplify eLearning for you. Our goal today is to help you figure out what the best software for you and your learners is when it comes to an e-learning technology or an alternative to an LMS. So let's dive in. First, let's define why would you need an LMS? What does an LMS actually do? There are four main components to consider when you're thinking about why you would even need an LMS. Now, there are other things that LMSs do, but when you're really looking at delivering e-learning or online course content to your learner, these are the four things that you need a software to do. It's pretty simple. The first component is you need a solution to host your content. So if you are creating a bunch of microlearning videos, PDFs, authoring tool content, whatever that is, you need a technology to host that content. That is one thing that an LMS does, is they host content. So that's number one. You see it over here. Number two is you need a way to sequence that content. So if you have a step-by-step process that you're going to take your learners through to get them from their point A to point Z, and you have these learning objectives, or if you've gone through our training, we call learning objectives milestones because they're much more actionable for your learner, then you need a way to sequence that content in an order for your learners to complete. So that's the second thing that an LMS does, and you see it up here. The third piece that an LMS does is it allows you to deliver your content to your learners. What does that mean? That means that your learners are able to log in or have access to the A to Z content that you're creating in an online platform or portal. So that's what it allows you to do, is deliver the actual content, the e-learning to your learners. And the fourth thing that it allows you to do is collect data about how your learners are interacting with your program. What content are they actually engaging with? How much of your video content are they watching, etc. It allows you to collect that data. So those are the four components of an LMS. So now that we have gone through the four kind of broad main components to look for when you're considering an LMS, let's talk about the alternatives to an LMS. Because the reality is, a lot of you don't necessarily need an LMS, and you shouldn't even spend the money on an LMS right out of the gate, because the most important thing is to get this right for your learners. So here we go, the alternatives. The first alternative to an LMS is a program that we call Loom or loom.com. I am actually using Loom right now to create this video. That is what is being projected on the wall behind us. So here's loom.com. The pricing is extremely affordable. You can actually start with Loom for free. And the great thing about Loom is you can not only create your e-learning or online course content by screen capturing videos. Now keep in mind, the learners who would be receptive to this type of content are learners that you are teaching something that you can share your screen to teach. So this could be processes that you're showing your learners. This could be you creating a PowerPoint slide deck and then sharing your screen and delivering that content to your learners. You can do that for free with Loom. Why we like Loom is you can not only capture it, but Loom also hosts the content. So when we went through those four components of what the four components of a learning management system are, one of them was host your content. So when you create a Loom video, it is immediately going to host it for you. The next part is you can actually sequence your content. So you can take that Loom video, put it into a Loom folder. So I have a folder open right here. I can create a new folder. Let's create a new private folder. We're going to say this is our LMS alternative folder. Boom, we have a folder. And then I can drag this video, put it in this folder. So now we actually have a folder within a folder. So you can have the main folder, which we have that test course, that could be your main folder for your course. And then for each milestone, you can have a folder that has your videos sequenced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or however many within that folder. So literally, we have knocked out the first two components of an LMS with Loom, and a component that an LMS doesn't even have, which is actually capturing and creating that video content. The third component that Loom hits is you can actually deliver this content to your learners. Very easy. You can share the folders with your learners. You can share individual videos with your learners. It's really simple. You just click on share or click on this link and you share with them the link. Now, if you're selling your program, you probably want to charge your customer with Stripe or with PayPal first. And once they've paid you, you can send them the link to your Loom program. So that's the third component that we hit. The fourth component is capturing data. Well, the cool thing is Loom captures data on every video. It captures how much of the videos your learners are watching. It also allows your learners to interact with the video and write notes and comments on it. So it literally does everything that an LMS does, which is pretty cool. So that is the number one alternative that we recommend to using an LMS. It's very low cost or free for the first 25 videos, and low cost after that, just $10 a video. Now let's move to the second alternative we have for you. One that you probably already know is YouTube. You can actually use YouTube as an alternative to an LMS or Vimeo. So Vimeo or YouTube are our second alternatives. Similar thing, we go through the components. YouTube and Vimeo, they both host video content, so they can host your course. Number two, you can actually sequence YouTube or Vimeo in playlists. So you can sequence your course so that your learners can access it in chronological order. And number three, you can deliver it. How you do that? You are going to want to have private videos on YouTube or on Vimeo. So if we're going to YouTube here and we're uploading a new video, what we're going to want to do, here I'll just select a random video here to upload on YouTube. Here we go. So I'm uploading this video. So when you're uploading the video on Vimeo or YouTube, you're going to want to make sure that you make it private, because you don't want everyone to have access to it. Because if you're training teams internally, you don't want your secrets to be out there for everyone in your industry to know how you're training your teams. And if you're trying to sell it, then you can't sell it if it's public knowledge. So you want to have it unlisted, see, unlisted, or private on YouTube. And then see, you can share it. You can share a private link to the video. And then what you can do is actually take the videos, put them in playlists, and share a private playlist. So that's hits on the components. And then the last component, yet again, is capturing data on your learners. Same thing. YouTube and Vimeo both have the ability to capture data on how much your learners are actually watching. So it has that component as well. So I will save this privately. And then, yeah, you can see, let's close it. We go to playlists, and you can have all these playlists. And you have a private playlist that you actually share. So all these playlists are actually public, but I can create a private playlist. See, a private or an unlisted playlist. I just title it right now, test, create, and there you go. You do the same thing on Vimeo. Vimeo allows you to do a couple other pieces that you can customize even more. So check that out as well. Pretty cool. So we're getting through. There's 5 total. The third alternative to an LMS, you can actually use a Google Sheet, or you could use Numbers, which is the Apple version or the Mac version of Google Sheets, or you can use the OG Excel. We actually like to call this the LMS. So what you can do is once you sign into Google Sheets or Excel or Numbers, whatever, you can create a new sheet and you can title your columns. So different things. So you can go milestones / learning objectives. Then you can go modules, topics, or well, we'll do module numbers. Then we can go topics. We can go links, link to content. So you can add as many columns as you want, but basically what you're going to do is fill all of this out. So you can have like milestone, all your milestone 1 content. You can organize like this. And then all the modules that support your milestone 1 content, you put here. So module names, module numbers, topics, and then a link. So you can actually link to a YouTube video. You can link to a Vimeo video. You can link to a video uploaded to Dropbox. You can link to a video uploaded to Google Drive, etc. You can link to it right here. So hosting. Well, this is hosting the sequence of your learning program, your e-learning program that you're delivering. The hosting is going to actually occur on Dropbox or Google Drive or the other couple alternatives we talked about, but this really helps you sequence it and deliver and give access to your program. So what you can do is give access, so I can share this to whoever I want. And if you're selling this, then yeah, you're only going to want to share your spreadsheet to those who purchased. If you are training internally, you're going to share the spreadsheet with your team that needs access to it. So it's just a fun alternative. Now, between this and Loom, I would pick Loom basically every time, except if you have a ton of PDFs and other pieces of material that you want to include in your program that you're not going to be able to upload to a Loom folder. So number 4, you can actually use social media as a alternative to an LMS. Specifically, we're going to talk about how you can use LinkedIn today. So what you can do on any social media that allows you to create a group, like a private group, you can create a group. So look here, you can go to LinkedIn Help and learn all about how to create groups on LinkedIn. So you can create a private group, and then what you'll do is upload the content that you want to deliver to your learners to that group. You can sequence it in that group. So we got hosting, number 1, sequencing, number 2, delivery. So how you're going to deliver it is by adding people to the group. And you can add people to the group once they've paid you via PayPal or Stripe, or if they're employees, you can just add them to the group and all the content's there. And then LinkedIn also, if you're uploading videos, you can get some analytics, and you can also create polls and quizzes and that type of stuff as well, which is really cool. You can do that on other social medias as well, like Facebook, but you're really going to have to look at where your learners are and if they're used to using that social media. Because if they are, then this is perfect. You can create a group, and instead of having an LMS that you're spending a bunch of money on, just have a private group and serve your content to your learners from there. Okay, so number 5. Number 5 is really only applicable if you are selling your course to a learner. Well, with that being said, there is still value that you can use what we're going to talk about with your employees, but really the software that we're about to talk about is not an LMS. It is a BMS, a business management system, and even more so is a digital business management system. When we say digital, we mean you're going to be managing your digital products business with this system online. So the best digital BMS, Business Management System, is what we call Kajabi. The great thing about Kajabi is it not only acts as your LMS, so it has those 4 components we've been going through: the hosting, sequencing, delivering, and collecting data on your learners. It also allows you to market and sell your courses by creating a website, building email funnels, building landing pages, building forms, building all sorts of other automations so that you can manage your entire online business. You can also do payment processing. You can also create other digital products. You can create membership sites. You can create your own private groups within Kajabi that you have full control over, your own communities. You can do basically anything you want from a digital business perspective on Kajabi. You can run your coaching sessions, your consulting sessions. You can even run your own podcast within Kajabi. Kajabi does a lot more than what a learning management system does. That's why it's our number 5 alternative. This is a perfect alternative if you are looking to sell your courses to a customer. If you're a team of 1, 10, or 100, and your end goal is to sell your courses to a customer, this is a great alternative to an LMS. And we actually would recommend this over an LMS any time. You can learn much more about Kajabi and other videos on our channel. And remember, if you look at today and you're like, okay, I understand what an LMS is made up of. And I understand that these are all the alternatives, but how do I decide which one is best for me? Well, really, it doesn't matter which one's best for you. It matters which one is best for your learners. And how are you going to figure that out? Well, we have a free masterclass for you. It's linked below this video in the description. And what you're going to do is when you sign up for that masterclass, all you have to do is put in your email and you get instant access and immediate access to the masterclass. We're going to take you through exactly how to define your learners, how to come up with that learner transformation statement so that you know what their point A and point Z is. And then we're going to give you the step-by-step process of what to do with your entire e-learning and online course build out from there. And a big part of that is figuring out the technology. And as you'll learn in our masterclass, you don't need to spend a lot of time figuring out the technology because the most important part is your learner. So look at the alternatives we went through today. Remember those 4 components. That's what we really talked about today, was the 4 components of a learning management system. We gave you 5 alternatives, the 5 alternatives being loom.com. Then you can use YouTube/Vimeo. We taught you how to use an Excel document or a Google Sheet or Numbers app. We taught you how you can use social media, the group function of social media as your LMS. And then we went through a business management system that you could use as well as an alternative to an LMS. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next video.